Hi, this is Joseph Anthony of tappingwithmusic.com. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know, recently on Facebook someone posted a picture of a chrysalis, a cocoon, and it said something to the effect of, it's no use shouting at the cocoon, you're a butterfly, you're a butterfly. Implying that the process happening there is perfectly fine and it needs to happen. And it inspired this video, this tapping session, because often, if one, I had a tapping client week before last describe the grief around her illness as a shroud, that it was surrounding her like a shroud. And as we tapped, the image was transformed into a cocoon, and that the grief and the grieving process was something she had to do. And so this tapping session is about honoring the process of grieving, honoring the process of transformation, whether it's grieving an illness, a loss, or something in your life, some kind of recovery, some kind of difficult thing. This is all about honoring that process. Of course, we know the end result. We know we're winged beings, but this is more about that process of being in the cocoon. And of course, this tapping video isn't meant to take the place of any therapy or any professional help you might need. And if you watch this video and tap along, you're accepting full responsibility for doing so. And that said, let's get started. Even though I am in a shroud of grief, or feel like I'm in a shroud of illness and recovery, or whatever it is, in this moment I love and accept myself. In this moment I make a conscious decision to transform the image of shroud into that of a cocoon, into that of a chrysalis. And so even though I may be in a cocoon or a chrysalis, I love and accept myself right here and right now. Even if this process of grieving or going through an illness or whatever it is has inspired me to create this space, this cocoon, I'm going to love and accept myself and count that as wisdom. I'm going to count it as wisdom that I have created a safe place to grieve, a safe place to change and to heal. I'm going to count it wisdom for enclosing myself in this safe place, for attaching myself to something strong and steady so I can create that space. And even though it might be lonely in that space, and even though the work inside may hurt and be painful, I love and accept myself. I honor myself for the work I am doing. So I've created a space for myself, this cocoon, this chrysalis, so that I may transform myself, to allow myself to be changed and transformed. This doesn't imply that the way I was before was wrong. Not at all. It's just time to change. For just as the body can heal itself from a cut or a scrape, and it does so in its own time and wisdom, I accept in this moment that my heart, my soul, my mind, it has its own wisdom also. My heart knows when it's time to enclose itself in a chrysalis and dissolve. Perhaps I melt into tears and grief. Perhaps I melt into a rage or anger. Whatever it is, I allow the process to happen, to break down, to reorganize my very selves. And just as inside the chrysalis, it doesn't dissolve completely. There are parts of that caterpillar that remain. Structures that become legs and antennae. There's a memory that remains. So in this moment, I claim those antennae to help me be sensitive to others and myself when it is time for me to emerge. That I will have legs to stand on, wings to carry me. I will have a whole new kind of beauty to share with the world. I will have a whole new appetite for higher and sweeter things. And yet now, in my chrysalis of grief, in my cocoon of sadness, in my cocoon of time, healing and transformation, I accept this process, as painful as it might be, as golden. For the word chrysalis is related to the old Greek word that means golden. So this process is valuable, priceless, necessary. And while that may not light me up while I'm going through it, I'll keep it in mind. Part of the things that will survive as I dissolve into the grief. I will know that in my heart's wisdom, I will remain in this cocoon and chrysalis as long as I need. And then I will break out. I will emerge on my own time. And just as I believe there are angels in that space of the caterpillar transforming, if I choose to make this image a reality, I can know that it's a magical image that I can shape and transform. And so if I choose, I can allow people inside my cocoon if I want. Friends, mentors, therapists, doctors, whoever needs to be there. I will open that space just enough to let them in. And the grieving that I must do alone on my pillow at night, or in the morning, or during the day, I trust that process as wisdom, a part of the beauty of becoming free. So I choose in this moment to honor my grief, to honor this process of rearranging myself and transforming myself into a new creature. Not going to say better, unless I want to. Just a new one. A new one informed with wisdom and more sensitivities to myself and others. I can take this beautiful process into the world to help others. The memories, the groundedness, the elevation of wings. and I can help myself and others go through their process. So right here and right now, I love, honor, accept myself, and give myself the space, the grace, the dignity to dissolve, to transform. I honor my wisdom to create this space, this golden chrysalis and cocoon. And I will emerge when I am ready. So I hope you found that helpful and inspiring. If you are in that cocoon place right now, I honor your wisdom. And if you need any support or anything like that as you go through this process, feel free to drop me a line at josephanthony@tappingwithmusic.com. I'd be happy to help in any way I can. And you're awesome. Thanks for watching. Take care.